What's up guys, welcome back to the PBE. Some pretty big karma changes have happened, and they've kind of been swept under the rug a bit due to Echo taking up the majority of the buzz and the spotlight. But I'm just going to start out right away. Her passive cooldown refund got nerfed. And for anybody who doesn't know what that is or what I'm going to talk about here, I'm going to show this clip. Now I'm in battle, and every time you hit an enemy with a spell or a basic attack, her ultimate cooldown reduces by a point. As you can see, it goes from 33 there to 30. Now the reason this was nerfed is because there's been some pretty big changes to her kit. So as you can see, when you use a spell now, on levels 1, 7 to 11, it increases by a whole point, from 2 at all levels, and the basic attack increases from 1 to 1.5, from 1 at all levels. So it's not too big of a change, but it really is if you think about it. If you have a 40% cooldown reduction going, and all your spells are max ranked, and you keep hitting them with spells and it keeps refunding, etc, etc. Now on to the W. It no longer deals extra damage, but here's the thing. They're kind of nerfing her, but they're really not. They're kind of switching her into a support role more so. And as you can see here, the new effect is increases root duration if triggered by 0.75, right, all the way up to 1.5 seconds, which is like a Morgana type Q sort of thing. So her support status has really been upgraded. And I'm going to show you right here. This is just 0.75, right? Bam. That's really nothing, but a 1.5 second root is huge. If you have an assassin, they're already done. Now looking at her E, the cooldown lowers all the way down to 6 seconds from 10 at all ranks, and the mana cost is lowered. It only goes from lowest to 60 to highest to 80, from lowest to 60 to what it was at 100. Now the shield amount gets decreased, but if you think about it, the extra 40 damage for an additional 4 seconds, I'll take it any day. Once again, ratios go down and cooldowns increase as a support thing. Now here's the big one, her ultimate. It no longer deals damage, but as you see here, it increases the primary shield by 30 up to 210 and 30% AP, and a huge AoE shield, which is increased to 50% of the primary target shield. Now this is a huge deal because if I'm in a team fight, right, I can get this out 3 to 4 times in a fight, as I'm just going to show some clips here. And I mean, listen, like, I was reading some comments and people were like, oh my god, my karma, they changed her again. It's like, damn it, I really like her as a solo laner. And these kind of look like nerfs. I can sort of see where you look like nerfs. Look at this part. They use everything on me at this point because I'm getting so many assists with karma. They blow everything and my teammates just wipe them out. But it looks like nerfs, but really karma's just moving into support only territory. And I get it, that does suck for people who, you know, like the solo lane as karma, but it's the same thing that happened to Lulu. Lulu was a crazy meta top mid laner, and what did they do? They did the same thing. They reduced the ratios, but they increased the cooldowns and they changed a bit of spells and took away damage. And you know, that's what they do for characters they see fit. And I think what makes her so good is just watching this fight. I keep up, like, I don't know, I'd say I put up 3 to 4 AoE shields, and her scaling on her Q is still pretty good. Now these aren't the last changes that they said. I read on Twitter that there are going to be some further karma changes, and going by that, I assume they're going to adjust the Q damage because the ratios are pretty high and the scaling is pretty good. So I don't think they're going to let that fly. But look at how many shields I'm able to supply while you just keep knocking down Qs and roots. It's a chain of CC and shields and deeps, and it's pretty hard to stop. But overall, I love the changes. You know, I hope the Q stays the same and they don't nerf too much more than they already have. I mean, she doesn't seem OP right now. She seems to be in a pretty good spot as far as I'm concerned. And watch what happens here. That's one shield down, and it's still, you know, 3v4, and Rengar dives, and I'm able to keep his health up with this shield. So it already comes back up again, the ultimate shield. He's diving. He'd probably end up dying here if he didn't have it, and there he goes again. That's pretty high scaling. I don't know if they're going to end up changing that because it seems kind of OP, especially if I have, you know, more cooldown reduction towards the end. But anyway, guys, there it is. I will update if we see any further karma changes, but that's it for right now. Thanks for watching as always, and have a good Sunday. Go Clippers.